Hey guys, this is the microgreen growing tray. Now, first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an unboxing of the growing trays, and then I'll walk you through exactly how to use them from start to finish. You'll be able to see the end product. But first, I just wanna say thank you to the seller who gifted me this in exchange for my honest review, though all thoughts and opinions are my own. So it comes all wrapped up in this plastic, and on the very top tray, it has a little set of instructions. So it has the instructions of what to do, washing the trays, rinsing the seeds with cool water, soaking the seeds, spreading the seeds, and covering it with a humidity dome. This doesn't have a ton of information on how to grow sprouts. So if you're not familiar with growing sprouts and microgreens, I would highly recommend looking into that a little bit first, but you can also see when I kind of show you this little tutorial what I do and what works for me. So I usually like to do these for my chickens, especially in the winter, and we also use them on sandwiches. My husband really likes them as well. So this is the inner tray, the mesh inner tray, and it comes in all these different colors. Now I have the set of 6. Water reservoir here, and you can kind of see the depth of this one as well. And this is the humidity dome. So these are put on top of the trays, and then it also has this little vent that goes on top so that you can control the moisture and humidity in your dome. Okay, so now we'll get started and I'll show you exactly what to do from start to finish.
So the first thing you're going to do is soak your seeds. You're going to need to do about a teaspoon in each container with just a little bit of water to soak. Now I do use a paper towel just because my seeds are very small and I don't want them to go through the holes. I spread them out and then go ahead and put them on the lower container. Now it's recommended to do the lower tray about 3/4 full. I am finding that that's too full, and that actually halfway seems to be the best in my opinion. And now I'm also going to do an experiment here. On the humidity dome, I wasn't sure whether I want it all the way open, all the way closed, or just partly open. So I'm going to try all 3 during this entire experiment. So the one on the far left is going to be completely open, the one in the middle is partially open, and the one on the right is completely closed. Now what you're seeing here are root hairs on the roots of these sprouts. This is one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they are first starting microgreens and sprouts, is they start to think that mold is growing on their sprouts when really it's tiny root hairs. And you can tell this by picking up the little microgreen or the sprout and you look at it very closely. It has little hairs coming off just the roots. So that's how you know it is not mold. There's a lot of advice out there about how often you should be changing the water. Now, I have read everything from twice a day to just once a day. I have gone as long as about 18 hours, and I'm finding about 1 to 2 times a day. Either one works just fine. I was also really surprised to find the vent on the top of the humidity dome really didn't make any difference at all whatsoever in the growing of these microgreens and sprouts as far as whether it should be open or closed. So really do whatever you feel is right and what works for you. And the best way that I find to clean them is actually putting them in a salad spinner with water. I fill that and I agitate those sprouts really well, and I'll do this 3 times before I remove them, putting them in my jar to put in the fridge. And that's really it. It's really very simple, and within just a few days you can have amazing microgreens.